king and I heat up the stove. They got their eggs all up in one box.
This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And it's going to be the Clippers off the tip. Here's Nembhard. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Now here's George. Nembhard left side. Pass to Şengün. 5 to shoot. Rebound by the Heat. Here's Halliburton. An easy 2 on the layup.
And this is how competitive Halliburton is. Doesn't allow some contact to distract him from scoring.
Kicks it to George. And Keontae George gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
And the Heat with possession. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to briefly talk with the head coach of the Clippers. I asked him outright if he had a plan for Tyler Hero. Coach let me in on their strategy, saying, quote, "We just have to cause problems for him on defense, hand in the face, crowd him, anything to discourage him from taking shots. So he hopes they can keep Tyler quiet by hassling him all night long." Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's Halliburton. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
And your first NBA coaching job was with the Miami Heat, Stan. That was as an assistant back in the 90s, just a few years ago.
Yeah, just a few, Brian. And the Heat have changed a lot. The game has changed a lot over those years. Look, back then, the Heat were probably the most physical team in the NBA, and it was just knockdown, drag-out fights all the time.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
Now here's Halliburton. Crafty move. Over to the left wing. Where? Gets it to go from the corner.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Şengün, the screen. The drive by Nembhard. Şengün, no good.
And gearing up for the alley-oop, just couldn't finish the play.
Well, it's not easy to time that up. Just not quite in sync yet.
Now here's Nembhard. He's got 6. Siakam looking it over. George outside. The rebound by Ware.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Kicks it to Hero. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. In transition, here come the Clippers. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Heat. And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. So for Miami.
Give yourself a round of applause.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Outside Russell. For 3. And again, no good by Miami.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Pass to George. Kispert outside. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Here's Jovic. And again, no good by Miami. The Clippers trail. Kispert outside. Lays out. To the inside. Kicks it out to Siakam. Inside. Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
Yeah, great finish by Şengün. I love when he goes up with power.
And one thing that Siakam has always had a knack for, Grant, cutting to the rim and finishing plays.
Yeah, he plays so well when he has space to move. He's just great off the ball, and that fits with any team. His ability to convert at the rim makes his cuts that much better.
George drives in, and he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
Well, defenses will try to bully a guy of George's size, but he handles himself well against the foul.
It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed, owners have changed, and now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Over to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Fires at the elbow. Misses off the right iron.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Here's Gobert. Rebound by the Clippers. He gets it up. No good on the buzzer beater. It's all tied in Los Angeles. And we'll be back in just...
The Heat, 10.
And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
Smooth shot by Hero. Notice how he doesn't rush himself.
Young with it. Halliburton picks him up.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Has to Ware. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Ware's gotten his second bucket.
On the ball, Halliburton has great concentration. His focus is what helps him find the wide open man.
Young misses.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Puts one up from 19. And the ball out of play. The Clippers will have it.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Pass to Nembhard. And the call will be against Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Heat leading by 3. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. Now here's George. The shot by Nembhard, no good.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
To the middle. Here's Adebayo. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Well, Adebayo makes his living on the interior. He's so dangerous close to the bucket.
Nembhard outside. The steal. It's 2-on-1. Herro for three. Hits the trifecta. And now an 8-point Heat lead. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Adebayo with it. Guarded now by George. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Siakam left side. Drops in the three. Siakam's got his first 3 points of the game.
It appears their offense is lacking some balance right now. Maybe too much reliance on the three ball.
Here's Adebayo. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That one on Nembhard. And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Yeah, and also a great job hustling on turnovers and turning them into points. Defense creating offense so far in this one.
And the Heat unveiling the statue of Dwayne Wade, Stan, the face of the franchise forever.
Yeah, Brian, you think of what he meant to this organization, propelling it to its very first championship and then attracting other stars to Miami. He is truly the foundation.
And George with the jam.
Well, there's some urgency to get to the basket off the drive by George.
Here's Halliburton. Oh, Halliburton! Send it home!
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
And George with the jam.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. That one drops for him. He's got 5.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball. Creating good shots.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. Stan, as a coach and now a broadcaster, you've gotten to visit all the great cities the NBA has to offer. Can you give us a favorite?
So, Brian, you're going to try to get me in trouble here. I'm going to give you one city and offend 29 other fan bases. Not a chance. I love all the NBA cities.
Not like you not to take a stance. Here's George. Miami making their last shot. Let's go with a three. Adebayo grabs the board. Heat leading by 14. Herro for three. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
Yeah, no time needed for Herro. He's always ready to fire.
Here's Nembhard. And that time also a missed shot.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
That won't fall. He's just 2 of 5 in this one. On offense, here are the Clippers. Stolen by Herro. And here we go, the Heat fast break. The pull-up. The rebound by Nembhard.
Just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
Up top, Siakam. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Now here's Halliburton. That one a little long. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Miami out in front. leading by 17. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Heat leading by 17. Kicks it to Hero. Clowney pulls it in. Young looking for an opening. From way downtown, Young!
Yeah, seemingly unlimited range for Young. He is always confident.
Well, Coach, we know how good Young is offensively, but he gets heavy criticism for his defense.
Yeah, look, and at 6'1", 164 pounds, he has some obvious limitations, Brian, but he's shown improved effort as a defender, and it shows in his defensive rating.
And you have to have that scoring ability on the floor. Now here's Halliburton. Give him 8 points now.
Oh, my gosh. Just throw it up to the square and Bam will do the rest.
Right wing. There's Young with the three. Nails it from three. Young's got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Down low. Back to Ivy. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Miami leading by 11. Here's Adebayo. And a missed layup.
1 for 4 in the second half. Just trying to get into a rhythm.
There's the drive. Young with it. 6 points for him. The three ball. The rebound by Ware.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Count that one. He's got 7.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. It's not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Here they are.
Here's Halliburton. Give him 8 points now. Kicks it to Hero. 4-3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Brown with a screen. Back to Ivy. Three-pointer. Adebayo grabs the board. Miami leading by 11. Pass to Hero. Here's Ware. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce. Now here's Young. Give him 8. Fires from deep. Young with the signature tray.
In full-on catch-up mode. They're raining threes right now.
And he lobs it up to the rim.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Here's Young. Inside. It's Trae Young.
One of the elite scorers in this league. Trae Young with another big night. He is relentless.
Pass to Halliburton. To the paint. Here's Hero. Now Adebayo. 6 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry.
Putting that pass right in his stride. didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2 minutes.
Here's Young. Miami grabs the miss. 17 points was their biggest margin. And following this one, they hit the road to challenge the Warriors at Chase Center in San Francisco. Halliburton, no good. Clippers trail by 12. Outside Young. The three is up. Rejected by Halliburton. Hero outside. Takes a three. Clowney pulls it in.
Yeah, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Pass to Brown. Back to Young. And he banks in the layup. Young's got 15 points.
When Trae Young's running the pick and roll, you just expect good things to happen.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. 1:03 left in the third quarter here. Out to the wing. Pass to Jovic. Puts the move on. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And he makes a first.
2 shots.
Both good from the line that time.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Nembhard outside. Kispert outside. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Kispert.
Yeah, what a disconnect. Sloppy play like that is something they can expect to come up in the film session.
Here's Russell. No made baskets yet. From the arc. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They still have time to make this a game.
But they really need to focus in because they let this game get away from them a little bit.
Misses at the buzzer. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. It's the Heat up by 12. And time for a short break. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
Oh, merciless jam by Halliburton. He's got some serious hops.
Nembhard with it, guarded by Adebayo. And here's Siakam for three. And Hero grabs the board.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line. They'll pin that one on Pascal Siakam.
Oh, forcing the issue. Halliburton in attack mode.
He hits the second from the line. Clippers trail by 12. It's George with the drive. And there it is for him.
Well, at 6'4", George is a long lead guard. It really helps him inside.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. That one falls. And the Heat lead by 12. Here's Nembhard. No good on the three.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
From outside the arc. He drains it. Made half his shots. He's 5 for 10 now.
Well, that's his first three here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
Pass to Şengün. Nembhard outside. Siakam the screen. The shot by Nembhard, no good. Heat leading by 15. Adebayo, the open look. And there are the Heat with another bucket.
Yeah, Adebayo's really good at facing up from mid-range. Buries the jumper there.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Well, maybe the defense thinks they can live with that, but he's pretty consistent from that mid-range area.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now.
Well, you could see how Şengün read that play and was where he needed to be to get the block.
Nembhard outside. And it's all from three-point range.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
The shot comes out. Clippers trail by 15. Pass to Şengün. Back to Nembhard. No good there. Great D that time from Halliburton. And here are the Heat now. Miami, no good that time either. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
An intriguing young talent. George's upside as a scorer is especially enticing.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
And Erik Spoelstra decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Erik Spoelstra said to the team. Coach cautioned his team against feeling comfortable. He said the moment we take our foot off the gas, they're back in it. Let's push through the finish line. Brian?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Goes up on the wing. Good. He hits the jumper.
Yeah, running the pick and roll like a veteran. Outstanding patience and recognition by George there.
Hero outside. Tries it from the top of the key. That one no good. Clippers trail by 13. Three-pointer Kispert. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Kispert's gotten himself on the board with a three there.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
And the ball out of play. The Heat will have it.
Well, look, plays like that are exactly why they find themselves in such a deep hole.
And there's 1:45 left in the final quarter. Halliburton outside. It's rebounded by Şengün. And here's George. Here's Nembhard with the drive. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. There's 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it.
And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Heat.
They made a point to get some good looks.
Yes, they were able to pound the ball inside. I love it.
And so this will lock down their 15th win of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, They set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And we've come to expect these kinds of strong games for Tyrese Halliburton.
Well, what an unselfish display from him tonight. Sharing the ball, creating for others, just beautiful basketball.
Looking to end this cold spell. Missed inside. And not much left to play for at this point.
Hey, you give it your all and let the chips fall where they may. It just wasn't their night.
And so they foul intentionally.
Andrew Nembhard. That's his 3rd personal foul. Second team foul.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the 4th. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul.
So the first one drops.
3rd team.
And that increases the lead to 6.
Shooting for Miami.
He's off on the free throw. Unable to get the second one to drop. It's stolen by Halliburton. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
At the line for the Heat, Tyrese Halliburton.
And so both free throws good. And it's an 8-point ball game.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
Fires the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.